Sherry Gay-Dagnogo says she's not asking for Kilpatrick to be declared innocent. She just wants him to have a second chance.
It is a push for clemency about 7 years into Kilpatrick's 28-year prison sentence. As you can imagine, there has been a lot of reaction to it. Mara McDonald headed to Washington, D.C. to talk with the state rep. And Mara, sources say there have been a number of meetings now on this issue.
That's right, and I think it's interesting, Devin, that the Trump administration hasn't dismissed this whole issue right out of hand, and there are political considerations why. Let's look at it.
State Representative Sherry Gay-Dagnogo is on her way to the White House tonight. In hand is this letter asking the president to commute Kilpatrick's sentence, signed by elected leaders and pastors throughout the state.
They've made no promises, but they've made it clear that it is before the president, no commitments. But I am very appreciative of at least a willingness to have a conversation.
The Trump administration has had multiple talks about this issue, which has been heating up in the last few weeks.
He again is appealing to African Americans who think that the justice system at times is slanted against them. So to come in and pardon the former mayor of this city on top of pardoning Alice Washington is a continuation of his approach to trying to seek out the African American voters.
There's certainly an upside for Trump with African American urban voters, but does he cause himself problems with suburban voters who have a very dim view of Kilpatrick?
You know, I really don't think that there's a downside to this, because those people who are opposed to him and would say this is just him again with overreach and not listening to the judicial branch and having a separation of powers, they're already opposed to him. So his suburban voters aren't really going to care one way or the other.
Back here live, you know, it is interesting. When I heard about this issue, not about the state representative coming here, but about clemency for Kilpatrick, if you would have told me a couple weeks ago that this was really going to happen, I would have laughed you out of town. Now it's pretty clear that the administration here in Washington is at least taking the conversation seriously. We're live in Washington, D.C. tonight at the Capitol. I'm Mara McDonald. Devin, Kimberly, back to you.
And Mara, you kind of laid out some of the perils on both sides of this, given the fact that we're really close to the Michigan primary, we're in a big election year. What kind of sense are you getting about what happens now?
I think that we would know maybe in 30 days whether this is really going to happen or whether this has any real traction to it. And I think if you'd have asked me a week ago whether I thought there was any traction to this, I would have said 50-50.
Yeah.
Now, I think maybe it's greater than 50-50, but that certainly is no assurance that the Trump administration is actually going to do anything. Back to you.
We will stay on it, obviously, watching what happens here later on this evening. Mara McDonald reporting from the nation's capital.